morning, Montreal. You're locked into the Morning Detour on CKUT 90.3 FM, the city's #1 urban morning show, coming to you live every Friday morning from 7 to 9 a.m. It's your girl, Tamara Angeline, a.k.a. Tata, rocking the mic alongside the Black History Month spokesperson of 2025, the big dog, Wheezy Moonchaser himself. And today we've got a powerhouse guest in the building, born in Haiti, mon ami, mon cher.
Jacquemin?
Yes, sir.
Jacquemin?
Listen.
Port-au-Prince!
Raised right here in Montreal with a little Miami spice to her story. She's a woman of many talents and even more punchlines. You hear me? Not punching us, but punching the lines, okay? She's a proud mother, poet, humorist, and business grad. She made a fearless leap into stand-up comedy less than a year ago and has already become one of the city's rising stars. Since her first performance in March 2024, she's been on fire. Semi-finalist in the top 10 Comedy Showdown, performer at Comedy Kingdom, co-producer of the Ladies' First Comedy Show, and a regular at the legendary Bordel Comedy Club. And let's not forget, she's the reigning Wednesday lab champ at the Montreal Comedy Nest for the past 2 weeks straight. 3 weeks straight now. Okay, she said, since we gave you the bio, things have changed and we need to upgrade.
Update things,
yeah. So her storytelling style, packed with punchlines, has audiences hooked, and I'm sure it's going to have you hooked as well. So Montreal, make some noise for the dynamic and hilarious, let me get his name right, Claudine Napoleon.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show, Claudine.
Thank you for having me.
Listen, okay, we said a lot, okay? We talked about business grad, and all this humorous poet, proud mother. Give us a little bit of a backstory on you.
So I was born in Haiti. I came here when I was about 3. And then it was a little tough, whatever. But I always loved to write. Like, that was my outlet for communication.
Poetry?
Poetry, anything, story, rapping.
Okay. She a rapper
music,
too.
anything. I could write anything. That's just my thing. And then I always knew I was meant to do something that will create emotion in somebody, right? But I didn't know what. And then, but to me, in my mind, it was poetry because that's what I did the most. And then after that, I graduated. I went to Miami because my grandma was sick. I ended up being there for 22 years. Part of it had to do with love. We're not going to talk about that right now.
We might talk about it.
I'm glad the camera got that. Why is she rolling her eyes so tough about the love, though?
But, and then I graduated in University of Phoenix for business management.
Phoenix?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then after that, once my daughter was like 10, I decided to move back home because I felt like people in Miami, the kids were growing up too fast.
Okay.
I wanted to have
a little bit more control.
A little bit more control. Yeah.
I didn't want to go to jail. Like a Haitian mother would.
I didn't want to go to jail. I'm a single mom too, so I didn't want to go to jail. I didn't want to do that thing. So, and so far she loved it. So I'm glad I did that.
Yeah. And then how about the comedy? How did that come from business grad, Phoenix, Miami to Montreal?
Honestly, when I was in Miami, I had one of my little cousin. At the time, he was 18, so of course I'm not going to take him seriously. He's like, Claudine, I think you're meant to be a comedian. I was like, shut up. Right? He said, it's not because I make you guys laugh that I'm going to be able to make the world laugh, right? Yeah. He said, but I think you should be a comedian. And then passed that on. And then I got in touch with Big Will for Funny by Nature.
Yeah.
And I was always doing like funny videos on my thing. And he was like, you should try open mic. So I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. He's like, but your video funny. I said, yeah, because I keep delete, restart, delete, cut, But when you're on stage, it's live, it's different.
Yeah.
And then one of my cousins was like, do you want to do it or not? And I was like, he was like, if you don't want to do it because you don't want to do it, that's fine. But if you don't want to do it because you're scared, you should do it.
Yeah.
So then I was like, okay, I'm gonna pray about it. And I was like, let me write to see if I could write, comedy. And then I took a book because I got a bunch of books, and the title of the book said, If Not Now When. So then I was like, I told Big Will, okay, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
And then he was like, okay, 10 minutes. I said, no, I think I only have 5. And he was like, write and then tell me about it. And after I finished write, I called him and I said, I got 15.
Oh, okay. She came through with it.
And then from that day, it's been a roll.
Shout out to Big Will, friend of the show.
For sure.
You want to go?
No, I just wanted to ask, a lot of people don't know that doing comedy stand-up is one of the hardest professions ever because you have to go up on stage and you have to make people laugh. And that's like a weird skill to have in a whole. Speak to me about nervousness when you're on stage and people are looking at you and they're like, make me laugh. And you have different people from different race, different ethnicities, different social, economic backgrounds as well. Speak to us about that emotion when you're on stage. It's you, the mic, and you got to equal laughter at some point.
Well, it's always nerve. Like, I thought the more you do it, the more it will go away. But I find that the more you get big laugh, the more you get pressure to keep getting big laugh, right? Okay. So to me, is whenever I'm always nervous. It's really when I step off stage, and then I hear like then I'm like, okay, I did it. One trick I did at first, because I wear glasses, is go on stage without glasses. So it kind of give me like a
blurry?
Yeah.
So you don't even see the crowd. Right? You blurred out.
At first, that's what I was doing. So it kind of helped me out because I could hear the laugh but not really see the face because I don't want to see somebody go.
Yeah, Yeah, and, sometimes you can't even read the face. They just screw naturally.
Yeah.
They might be enjoying it, but they just screw face.
Right, I don't get that. Like, you want to laugh. You like, I paid $10. You need to give me more.
But we know, the comedy scene is male dominated, right?
Yes.
Okay, I hear that. So I want to hear some stories about that. But as a black woman, especially, how do you navigate that industry being what it is, male dominated, but also some of the challenges that we might face as black women in general?
Honestly, because I've been doing it for less than a year, I can't really speak on that because I haven't got any challenges.
Oh, okay, look at you.
Because they're very welcoming, and I think maybe it's because there's not a lot of women.
Okay.
So I have maybe more opportunity. That's what I thought first. But then the producer was like, no, if you're funny, you're funny. If you're not funny, it doesn't matter if you're a girl. It doesn't matter if you're black. We're not going to book you. So I think at first that was my insecurity. Because I was like, oh, maybe they just booked me because I'm a black woman. Mm-hmm. But then they was like, nah, you're just funny. Mm-hmm. So I haven't encountered any challenges towards that. But I'm sure as I move along, I probably will see some. I heard some, but I can't speak on that because that's not my experience so far.
Yeah, well, shout out to you, because I know usually people stepping into a new industry, a new avenue, usually there is that pushback, right? We don't know you and stuff like that. You're new to the scene. Sometimes it's even taking food out of other people's mouth. You know how Montreal can get like crabs, you know what I mean? So the fact that you didn't have any challenges, a true big whale know what he's doing, you know what I mean? So, I understand and Weezy has his own experiences with stand-up comedy too, you know what I mean?
Oh. she's not trying to big out my skeleton. I still have nightmares at night. I lay dreaming. One year, Big Will asked me to host a comedy show.
Okay.
And not because you broadcast, you can do live hosting. And also, too, if your heart's not really into it. But it wasn't even about that. People haven't eaten yet. The lights were still on. And black people, when they're hangry, you can't really get them. And I started telling the joke about the time we was at the bougie brunch, and it just wasn't connected. But I've always learned that when you host and you broadcast, you just keep going.
Yeah.
Laugh, smile, whatever. And my thing what messes me up is that one person in the crowd who's like mean mugging the whole time. And then my mind is focused on this. I'm like,
yeah.
You don't think I'm dope? And I'm like, and then she did tactic.
The ego kicked in.
My eyesight is good, so I see everything.
Yeah.
Glasses, no glasses, I see everything. So it threw me off. And ever since then, I'm like, I'll never host a comedy show. First of all, I think someone that hosts a comedy show should be a little bit funny.
Yeah.
And I don't think I have a set like that.
Right.
I think I'm the best storyteller, but I have a set like that. And then the week after I did Pierre Coulon with like 1,300 people. But comedy shows are really, really hard. How do you kind of put together your set? We live in a very, very, very funny time for comedy. Half the world is super PC. There's like 2 or 3 groups that you can't even mention without getting killed. Where do you kind of find yourself when you build a set? How do you kind of build a set when you write it? I
build just the same way I do poetry with my life. Mm-hmm. I try to make it funny.
What's the funniest thing about your life?
My kids. My kids, just my experience. Growing up Haitian, there's a lot to it, So I just try to make it about me.
For those that are non-Haitian, me, I already know what your answer is going to be. What's the most beautiful thing about being a Haitian black woman?
I mean, everything.
She's like, my griot's on point.
Yo, my food,
my jury is right.
My jury Jojo on point.
Oh, so you can cook everything because you lived in Miami for some time.
Yeah, I was a chef in Miami.
Okay,
see, look at that.
You missed out on that.
See the Is there anything you don't do? You have degrees from Phoenix. We're gonna put in all the ad commercials as well. We need to get an ad before you leave here. God damn. But Do you ever feel sometimes like when you're writing and you've seen like the culture of comedy that it is now, do you ever feel like you have to censor yourself, or have you ever written a joke and you're like, you know what, I don't think the audience is ready for this joke?
Yes, I did. I have a couple jokes, but I don't think it's because it's the audience. I think it's me, because I'm so I'm an overthinking, right? I overthink. So sometimes, and I always think about people feeling like I have a lot of joke about anxiety, because right now that's the thing at work. You apply to take calls, and then the people call you and they stress, and you're like, oh, you give me anxiety. That's what you apply for, right?
Yeah.
But like, I don't want to come out as insensitive
about it, right?
About it. So, but eventually I will put it out. Eventually I will put it out.
Yeah, she has a whole hour of just anxiety.
I know.
Claudine, anxiety.
But nowadays it's like, everyone has, like, not everyone, but a lot of people have very thin skin. Like, everything is on censorship, what you can and can't say. Even when you listen to people like Dave Chappelle still pushes those boundaries, right?
Yeah, he does.
How do you navigate that?
It's all about timing, I think. I think it's all about timing. Once I do it once, then I'm not going to care. But it's really that one step for everything. And then after that, I won't care. I won't care. Maybe also because I'm still working at that job.
Yeah. So no sensitive topics yet?
No, not really. It's all about fun. It's all about... things that most of us go through, getting old, becoming a parent, getting whooped, dealing with
less political and more on your experiences.
No, I do have some political, like I remember with the Trump stuff, I made a couple jokes of that, but like you don't want to sit and dwell on those things. Politics, it comes and goes, so you kind of have to like, okay, this is 2025. Like, I'm not going to keep talking about Trump again.
Yeah, exactly.
Until they say something else about Haitian. Then
we'll get back to it. Well, because
get back to it.
The comedy whole industry has changed. Especially
since Cat Williams.
You know what I mean? It has definitely changed since times when there was no bars, you could do whatever you want.
Right.
To now that everybody's getting canceled. You know what I mean? Is that a fear for you?
No.
Not at all.
No.
And how do you feel about that? About maybe saying something that might ruffle some people's feathers, but you still have a career to follow through with.
I mean, get over it.
You heard it from a comedian.
That's the next special. Claudine, get over it.
Get over yourself.
But the thing is, right now, I'm so grateful that I don't even think about those things. I'm really doing it a day at a time. Of course, the more I do it, the more I have goals. But right now, I'm just like a learning sponge.
Okay.
And I've been grateful to have a lot of good comedians. Like just the other day, I met with Eddie King.
Yeah.
He gave me some great insight on how to write jokes. So I'm I'm in the learning process. I'm not there yet
to figure out your own niche. You're kind of playing around with the waters.
I'm playing around with a lot of things. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
I think I got my niche. I think I know what kind of comedian I am.
Yeah.
I'm more of a storyteller.
Okay.
My style is more like a Kevin Hart, I feel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So that's what I want to do. That's what I lean towards. But no, I'm not. I'm taking it one day at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was about to say, since we're going into Black History Month, you're already speaking into your essence. Because Black people, we're storytellers at our core. You know, African culture, we had the griots, they were the oldest statesmen of our community, and they were storytellers. In the stories, right? How are we gonna have to wait another year for the special? I think 2025. I think we could do the Une heure, Claudine, one woman show.
That's the goal.
I know what you want to get to.
One woman show. Okay.
Did you start writing
Spotlight.
that?
Yeah.
You start writing that?
Yeah.
What's the title of it?
I don't have one yet. I always write my title at the end. Yeah.
How much do you have so far? 30 minutes?
A little bit more than that. The thing is, I got a lot of 30 minutes. So now it's how do I put it together to make it flow?
Yeah, you want it to make it flow. I just want to see you come out with the heels and the Haitian flag around the shoulder and some compa. Oh, shit. Because we don't have that much women in comedy, especially in Montreal and Canada. And you're Black and Haitian. It's a whole other community that you can bring into this culture. Because typically, Haitians don't really go to a lot of comedy shows. Shout out to Big Will.
Yeah.
But now you can bring... Petit frère, mon oncle,
all
of them will come in.
Yeah.
Cause they all have comments, and I think it's so dope growing up Black in Black culture, cause we grew up just busting jokes on each other. So naturally,
cracking hard.
Naturally, we all have it. I'm sure you have mad cousins, mad family. Who do you guys pick on the most? I know you must have a family where everyone just yo, we're always busting them up.
We do that to everybody. Like the only people that's off limit is the adult, because they still could get that whooping. Like, you know,
See, that's all.
What my grandma will pray God, be like, I hope they lose her job. Like, halfway through, she can't talk on stage. Like, but no, my family always cracked. I think this comedy helped me go through a lot of drama, like a lot of hardship. Mm-hmm. I think that I have the ability to always smile and make people smile. I think that's what saved my mental a lot.
But I think a lot of us, especially in like Black Caribbean communities, right? Like we use humor to deal with trauma. Yeah. You know what I mean? We laugh it off, even if it's serious. You know what I mean? That's like our outlet.
That's true. Yeah. That's true.
You know? But you're also a mother, right?
Right.
How is that? Like, how is it, does your child come to your shows? I don't know their age, but have they listened to you while you were...
I have one daughter. She's 15 now.
Okay.
She used to come to my show, like the first two. Mm-hmm. And then after that, she's like, I'm not going no more. Because first of all, I talk about her. That's what
okay.
Right? And then, like, I rehearse at home. Mm-hmm. So then when she's in the audience...
she's like, I heard that.
I
know that punchline.
Yeah, I even help her. I told her, don't say that. You know, so she don't want to go. And also, most places I perform are like 18 and older.
Okay.
So it's not like I could bring her either. But I'm glad that comedy started at an age where I'm able to leave her home and she's more independent, she's mature. Because if the opportunity was presenting to me like 5 years ago, I wouldn't have done that many shows. Yeah, so I wouldn't be where I'm at. No.
So you would have prioritized more that responsibility 100%. Over your career.
100%.
Okay.
So I'm trying to figure out, man, how do we get her to start like telling jokes and like go off on the show now? Because like you're all calm and stuff now. Comment je peux sortir l'haïtien en toi, le dragon en toi?
Oh, je sais pas si once I got the mic, something is just natural. It's just natural. Yeah. The minute I hear the first laugh, I'm gone.
Yeah. She's like,
I'm gone.
That's all I need.
I just need a
We've had a lot of comedians on the show, and I always ask you guys, what's the one topic that really gets your blood going? What's the one thing that when she already knows it? What's the one thing you on your set? It's the fourth transition. I can't wait to get to this part. What's the one topic that you absolutely love talking about?
The one that I know hit the most, which was surprising to me, was talking about like sexual content and stuff like that. And I think the fact that the way I'm presenting myself, I'm always like dressed professional. So then once I start cussing, like people kind of like, whoa, wait a minute.
Mun saisi.
I thought we was gonna have some gospel in here. So it's just sex. Yeah. I think sex is like a topic that people don't. And the way I said it too, the way I make it
raunchy.
Yeah. So once I get to the part or unexpected truth about like things, you know, then they're like, oh. So yeah, no, you will definitely have to come and hear it.
No, I've seen some of your stuff, but I need to come take in the whole show, man. I love comedy shows, especially to support a Black woman. I got to come in and do that. You want to do some, what should we do with her? Should we do icebreakers or should we do this or that?
You have the this or that. I just have some of the Q&A questions that we left off from last week. Like, you could go this or that. I like your this or that. I like your this or that.
Hit her with two. People
okay,
like it.
So we
By the way, shout out to everybody that hit us up, man. You guys like that Q&A. We kind of just improv that kind of segment.
Yeah, that was random. But yeah,
give it two questions. Let's know Claudine un peu plus.
Okay, sure. So you're talking about sexy stuff and raunchiness, right?
Right.
What is the weirdest DM you've ever received from a man in that sense?
Like beside a dick pic?
Oh my God, listen, people still doing that?
She's like,
I remember one time I got one that was crooked. I said, ooh.
But some people like when it's crooked. We're probably going to get canceled.
Don't assume.
Let me do the disclaimer. I know I did it at the top of the show. The ideas and opinions expressed by Tata, Mooches, and their guests. It's solely that does not reflect upon CKUT or the McGill University. We got to put that everywhere now because listen, they're just going to kill us. So back to what I'll say. Me being a man, I've never sent one until a girl begged me. What's your name?
Yeah,
to
that's
send
what
one.
they always say.
No, she asked me to send it. There's no reason for me to send that.
Yeah, but I was already ready. My thing was already.
No, listen. I had to lather it. I ain't gonna send you a shaky picture. I ain't gonna send you a dry picture. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
but beside that.
I think it's more like the response after I decline it. That kind of threw me off.
Okay, yeah.
Right? So
How
it's
rude.
like, they will be like, for example, like, hey, he's very beautiful. Can we go get for a coffee? And I'm like, my social media is not for that. It's for business. I'm not looking for anything. Right? I'm not looking for any relationships. Like, yeah, you could just be friends, like just one coffee, and then you keep going and I block.
Yeah.
You're like, you know,
all the Haitian girls are blocking people.
You know what
This
my
is
thing
I'm
is? My thing is when guys shoot their shot and you're just, it's like some guys, they cannot handle the fact that
you say no.
you say no.
Yeah.
It impacts everything after that, all interactions and everything after that. But in reality, you know what I mean? You have to think about it from both perspectives. Like, it ain't that deep.
It ain't that deep.
It ain't that deep.
Like, we don't know each other like that.
You know?
But it's also like a God complex too. Like everything has like a yin yang. Like I always ask guys, so you think every girl you holler at is gonna be down with you?
Right.
It has to be a balance. You can't get all the baskets in. Someone has to turn you down. Listen, I'm not for you. That's cool. We can still be cordial.
Yeah.
Beautiful things can happen out of a friendship with somebody. But some men have this Napoleon complex.
Napoleon.
No, this God complex where they feel like anything they talk to should respond to them. That's not how this world works.
Right.
Life's a yin yang. Everything works in a balance. Anything over abundance is not going to work.
I remember when I first started comedy, there's somebody that hit me up and I was like, look, I'm really busy. I'm not really looking for it.
She hit him with the really busy.
And then he was like, okay, I respect that. I was like, oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Right. 1 month later, are you still busy?
That is persistence. And that happened to me one time, eh? That was persistent. That was persistent for like 2 months, my friend.
What?
And eventually, you know, sometimes they're just waiting for that moment for you to be not
weakness.
busy. That moment of like, okay, I had a really awesome day today, so like, why not?
Why not? Let me give him a chance. He can really turn on.
Yeah. Okay, second question. If someone went through your search history right now, what's the one thing you'd be embarrassed for them to see?
Nothing really.
I forget.
Yeah.
I forget.
Nothing.
All she does is work and write jokes.
She's like, my life is simple. I'm just trying to make you laugh.
No, I don't have nothing.
You know?
That I would be embarrassed or no?
Nothing?
I'm a single mom, so of course I go to those websites, but I'm not embarrassed.
You know?
I could show you the best one. Like,
Listen to me. Okay.
So you really ain't that busy. You really ain't that. No, I'm just saying for those listening.
I mean, I don't work at midnight. I'm home at 1 o'clock. Like,
I do my set and I go home.
and I go home. Yeah. That's
You want to do this or that? Or I have another question until you figure out your this for that.
No, I'll let you do you.
Okay, I'll let you do this for that after. Okay. What's the trend you followed in high school that you regret now?
Probably the knickers.
a trend that I followed in high school. That I regret now? I don't really follow trend. Like something, I could say something we're probably like drinking beer.
Yeah? Oh, you're really a good Haitian woman, eh?
No, not really. It's not that. It's just
Drinking
that,
beer, you know, I follow some people and...
No, but it's not even a follow. It's just
peer pressure type thing.
No, I just wanted to try it.
Oh, okay.
Like, yeah, maybe peer pressure. If everybody doing it, you want to do it too.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I didn't like beer. I was just drinking it, but I didn't like it.
Socially.
I never liked the smell of alcohol, right? So I forced it, and then it messed me up, and then I don't remember what happened.
Yeah.
But then I'm a joke at school.
Yeah,
you know? But, I mean, I don't regret it. That's something that I will just not advise my kids to do.
Yeah.
Right. But I did weird stuff, though. Like, I remember...
Go ahead.
We used to smoke weed, like in high school, right? And then sometimes we didn't have paper, so we would use like Ferry Mobile. Yeah. Like...
Post-its and stuff.
Yeah, like Papier Ferry Mobile. Like we were high, we didn't know if that was the weed or the paper or the ink. So stupid stuff like that, I'd be like, oh my God, that was dumb. I got dumb moment, but I don't have like...
Something you regret?
Something I regret.
I think a trend I regretted was the whole wearing the thongs that you lift up over your pants so you can see it. But now you look, Ice Spice done brought it back. Me, I hated that one. The biggest wedgies. Didn't make no sense to me. I swear to God, and to this day, I will never ever wear a thong today, ever. It traumatized me.
You know what? Maybe being like, in high school, I was really dressing like a tomboy. Maybe that's something, like I always had that tank top
Yeah.
And that pants sagging, like
Okay,
maybe that's
okay.
something like I will redo over.
Okay.
Because when I look at the picture, I was like, this is not cute. With the little bandana on the
Yo,
side.
I loved it. Don't play the bandana on the side.
On the side.
Walk through decades.
You have to be
okay?
careful what color you wear in
Let me tell
Montreal
you
in the
something.
90s.
Let me tell you
Yes.
something. I'm waiting for this hour special of Claudine. Montreal, my city. If you've never seen any of her clips, go on her IG. Was it Claudine?
Yes.
I am
me underscore Claudine.
Let me tell you something. You're funny as hell. Your 1 hour special is gonna hurt a lot of feelings. It's gonna hurt a lot of feelings. I've seen you talk. It's crazy.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
She already know what she want to do.
Yeah.
She already know what she want to do.
Honestly, one of my goals would be to have to be the first Haitian woman to do a Netflix special in French and in English.
Well, listen, man. Listen, man.
okay.
You said it here first.
Yeah.
You said it here first. In French and English?
Yeah, two set now. You could either choose the English one or the French one.
I
But
like
the
that.
French will have definitely
I
Creole.
like that.
It's definitely going to have some get.
She started. It came from the bottom.
It came from the bottom. Avec la sauce poire. There you go, man. Claudine, let the people know how they can follow you, man. And what's because you perform a lot around the city. What's your next event where they could catch you? Because we'll definitely like to come and see you perform live.
Sure. So Instagram, I am me _ Claudine. Facebook is just Claudine Napoleon. Keep it simple. And then you could see me every other week at Bordel for French comedy. Right now we have February 7th. I'm gonna be in Quebec. I have a big one with Shello, February 28th. We have a all-woman lineup March 8th for the woman thing. So that's the big ones that coming up.
I know,
right
you
now.
gotta check that out, man. You gotta send us the links for that up there on the link tree, Detour 514. Claudine, you're definitely funny. We need that Netflix special. I need to do it all in Haitian and French. Creole and French. Yeah. We need to get the Haitian community to come support comedy.
Yeah.
We need to get them out. Listen, there's gonna be a lot of sandals. There's gonna be a lot of straw hats. Mononc is gonna come
Some
on.
toothpicks.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of hats.
Some oh.
Crochet.
Monty. That's it. Yeah, you can call the special That's it, man.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But listen, make sure all we do is give out great
I
ideas.
swear.
All we do is give great ideas. We're a marketing team right here.
Nice.
Listen, man.
Get.
How do you even write get? Is it G-U-E-T?
Or is it K?
No, it can't be kid.
Are you
Cat.
Oh,
Not
okay.
get.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, man, it'll be beautiful, man. I can't wait. It's going to happen for you, man. You really don't, man. Thank you for being on the Morning Detour.
Thank you.